Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Currently it is Saturday and let's get right into the charts for Bitcoin, as price right now is heading straight down to that box that I drew on my last video. You can see it is even on the thumbnail, and I did also post that on my X page. You can see right here I did post that Bitcoin will probably bottom out at this box right here, which is basically the old range, the POC and the value area high. So we might get some kind of retracement when I have told you that we broke down of this range. So the next price target would be 111 to 110 to all the way down to 107k for that very big retracement and potential bounce higher to continue basically that uptrend that we are in right now. But we want to firstly see a confirmation, and also on the daily basically we want to see that RSI get very oversold before we can take a long position. So first we want to see price get slowly into that box right here of resistance and hold this low right here. Now the other scenario, if we don't hold the value area high and the POC, and if we slowly lose it, the next target would be 102k, which I think is not likely right now. It would be likely if, as I said, we lose that box of support right here, which is a very key zone for Bitcoin. Since also if we look at the stock market right now, the S&P 500 closed actually very low. We have not had a bearish close in a long time, as you can see right now. Basically we are on our way to test that previous all-time high as support right now. So we want to see the stock market find support right here and then start bouncing again in order for Bitcoin to continue to the upside. But as you know, if we go on that weekly time frame, August is actually a bearish month for the stock market. If we go back down to the last year August, we had actually 2 weeks of a very strong correction. It started in July and ended all the way back in August. Basically you can see we dropped down 8.5% in August and stock market got a very big correction, and 5th August is actually where last year Bitcoin dropped down to below 50k, basically 49k. So right now it all depends on how the stock market will do. If the stock market starts correcting here, basically Bitcoin will also correct, potentially even down to the low 90s. But first we do have another range basically to hold us, and in my opinion it will hold, since everybody will get freaked out that we are dumping very hard. Many people will open short positions right here and they will get absolutely wrecked, like it happened back in April. You can see where we dropped down below 75k. Everybody was expecting Bitcoin to go down to basically 69 to 64, basically even 50,000. Again 60,000 for Bitcoin, but we did not go down there. You can see we held perfectly that range right here, and we had a Fibonacci extension, if I'm not mistaken, not from that week but from that bottom right here, and we bounced perfectly from the 618, basically the golden pocket. And right now if we draw another Fib retracement from this low right here that we made up to the all-time high, you can see our golden pocket sits at 93,000. So in the worst scenario, that would be my target for Bitcoin. Basically 93k would be the worst scenario, but also the best possible long entry would be from this point right here, which would take us, in my opinion, if we even get down there, the bounce would be massive But as of right now, as I told you, first we wanna see that box basically of support holders. This is the first major support for Bitcoin, would be at 109 to 107k. As I said, since right now we are dumping, we might even get a strong capitulation event during the weekend, since today is Saturday, but tomorrow is Monday. Markets are closed, and right now you can see Bitcoin is still dumping, but we are creating a CME futures gap. If we look at the CME chart, the CME future market did close at 113k 0.5, and right now we are basically almost $1,000 below it. So this would create a gap like right here. You can see right now we did have a gap before, and right now it is filled. So if we create another gap right here and we open somewhere down here, then the price would potentially reverse back up, and we would see a continuation in that uptrend that we are having right now. So this will be my outlook for Bitcoin. As for Ethereum, we are currently falling below that 786 FIP level, which in my opinion, if it doesn't hold, this would take us down to basically 3100. Basically this low right here would be that half body monthly candle. Basically you can see right here, as I have told you, since a new monthly candle opens, it is very possible that we retest like half of the previous monthly body candle, the candle of July. We are probably going to retest it. It all depends on what Bitcoin and the stock market does. Now Solana is back in that previous range, which is very insane in my opinion. But as I said, if Bitcoin starts dumping, so will altcoins. Now, since Solana is back in this range, the next targets for Solana would be 144 or all the way down to 124 dollars, basically, which is the value area low of that range. We absolutely do not want to see lose that range, basically like we did last time, since that would be very, very bad for Solana. This range has been since March 2024. So how much days is that? 504 days. So year and a half almost, or 2 years, year and a half of a range sideways, basically very strong consolidation for Solana in my opinion. So we do not absolutely want to see Solana lose that range. XRP is also back below $3. You can see we are heading for that value area high of this range that we broke out of, and potentially it can act as support. But if we get back into that range, then potentially $2.1670 would be that next target for XRP. SUI also getting down, losing that range right here. Basically we are going down, and the next support would be right here, the previous low, and the last weekly pivot support, which is sitting at $2.93 for SUI. Also, if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, as I have told you, since it has found that bottom on the trend line, basically it is right now recovering, which is also why the altcoins are struggling and taking a hit. And also Bitcoin is dumping, so this just adds more to that altcoin dumps. But as you can see, guys, Bitcoin has only dumped, if you measure from the all-time high, almost 8%, while the altcoins, they are significantly down. Basically SUI is down almost 24%, Solana is down 21%, ETH I think is also down quite a bit, 12%. So you can see the difference between Bitcoin and the altcoins, which is why I'm telling you there is no other than Bitcoin. Basically you wanna only, in my opinion, stick for long-term investments in Bitcoin, since altcoins, they are not reliable in my opinion, but you never know. As I said, you can see how market is red right now. So basically if you look at the liquidation heat map, you can see for Bitcoin, we are right now taking out the liquidity to the downside, and we have a lot of way down to go. Basically to 106, 107k is a lot of liquidity sitting there, which is why I'm saying that we might get a capitulation event and take out this liquidity in an instant and then get a strong bullish reversal to the upside. But we want to see how the stock market does firstly. Also, we are back in that neutral zone, you can see 51 basically, so it is very possible that we can get a big move next week, since it is a new month and also we are back in that neutral zone. And also you can see we do have the Bitcoin ETF inflows. We have quite a large outflow, 812 million of outflows basically for a single day. 1st of August they sold a very big amount of Bitcoin basically, you can see, which is also in my opinion why the price is dumping right now. Also exchange trade long versus shorts ratio, we do have quite a bit of selling pressure right now. You can see on the major exchanges we have a lot of selling pressure for the markets basically. So we want to see, as I said, Bitcoin bounce from this support right here, and then we can possibly look for a long and buy opportunities before this support right here if we don't lose it. So this would be my outlook for the markets for this weekend, guys. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe for my channel and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.